and welcome to one of the most requested videos, I feel like. Y'all want me so badly to test out this Urban Decay Velvetizer matte powder stuff, translucent mix-in medium. What this claims to do is to be a translucent mix-in medium, and it's supposed to make your foundation not only matte, but it's also supposed to make your foundation more fuller coverage, even though it's translucent. I don't know. Some people claim that this is the best stuff ever. Some people claim that you can do this with any old powder. So, not only am I going to be testing this, but I'm also going to be trying with my normal translucent powder. I'm going to try using this as a mix-in medium. We'll see how it goes. So just to make sure that there aren't any claims that I am missing about this powder, let's go ahead and hop on over to Urban Decay's website. We can read about it a little bit, and then we can go ahead and get on into mixing and putting this on my face. So like I said, this is the Urban Decay The Velvetizer Translucent Mix-In Medium. You can see it's got great reviews, and it is $34. You do get 0.28 ounce or 8 grams of product in this. You can instantly take your skin to the next level by velvetizing your foundation. Simply mix a dime-sized amount of this product into Naked Skin Liquid Makeup or Naked Skin One and Done or any other foundation to create an extra velvety feel, a beautiful matte finish, and added coverage. The result? Silky, airbrushed looking naked skin. It's got an ultra fine, addictively luxurious feel that's like nothing else out there. It provides a smooth, soft focus effect for your most perfected complexion. It even doubles as a finishing powder when used alone, setting your makeup for a flawless finish. And it's free of oil, parabens, alcohol, and fragrances. And the pro tips are just what we read before. So yeah, I mean, it is exactly what I guess I thought it was. So let's go ahead and we can sing the song together, and then we can go ahead and mix these powders into my foundation, and then we can get to putting it on my face. YouTube made me buy it, and now I'm gonna try it. Yeah. So I'll get you a little bit zoomed in here. I'm just gonna start to prep my face. I already washed and moisturized it, and now, oh my goodness, so watery. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face just to give my foundation and whatnot something to stick to. I'm also gonna go ahead and just put on a little bit of concealer just because I like to put on concealer before my foundation. There we go, just a little bit of coverage, and on the package here, you know, the Urban Decay logo, it is velvetized. I appreciate that attention to detail, even though, you know, I'm just gonna get rid of the cardboard box, but the actual packaging on the product also has this nice velvetized outside, although I can definitely see that being messy. Since this is a powder product, I don't know, I just feel like it would get messy really quick, but let's see. I mean, that's pretty cool that the little, you know, sifter part has the Urban Decay logo on there. I'm a sucker for that kind of attention to detail, like I said. Let's see, I wanna touch it and see if it has a unique feel unlike anything else out there. I mean, it feels like a very silicone-y primer. That's all. Like maybe a little less slip, like that silicone slip, a little less than normal, than like a normal silicone type powder, but really, that's all it feels like. You can see that even though there is a little bit of like color to it, it does end up blending out to be translucent. Now, the powder that I've been using lately has been the original Mineral Veil from Bare Minerals, and you can see this also has somewhat of a tint to it, but it also blends out nice and translucent. But yeah, they're very different feels. I mean, the Urban Decay feels like heavily silicone, and the Bare Minerals feels more mineral-y, I guess. It doesn't have that slip to it. So, I'm not a fancy pants. I do not have an acrylic mixer thing. I do have like actual paint palettes, but I feel like that would be wrong to use that, because what if there was some leftover oil paints or something on there that I missed, and I don't want to put that on my face. So I'm just using a little case here and a little translucent packaging from an eyeshadow palette, I believe. So I'm just going to be mixing stuff on here. The foundation I've been using lately is this Neutrogena Healthy Skin. I think this will be a good one to test with this stuff since it is a semi-sheer-ish or a sheerer foundation, so we'll see if it ends up giving it any more coverage. It's also definitely a dewier finish, so it will also be able to see if this stuff will mattify. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dump some of this out. So messy. And then it's It's at a dime size amount, so half of a dime for half of my face, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and... It's kind of hard to measure if that's a dime or not, since it doesn't come out in that kind of a shape. I'm gonna go ahead and use this little spatula thing. We're gonna mix this in. Hopefully it was the right amount. I mean, it doesn't seem like it changed the texture of the foundation. Maybe it made it a little bit thicker? Oh, yeah, I think it did. God, a dime size. How am I supposed to... I have no idea. I feel like I should add more, but then I feel like people are gonna scream at me that I added too much. But either way, you can see it is mixed in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on my face with my spatula. And I'm just gonna blend it out with a sponge. So yeah, I can definitely say that this looks like it made it a thicker, more full coverage. Like, I feel like it turned the makeup from a liquid into more of a cream, which I'm not mad at. So you can see, I mean, that made it like almost a full coverage foundation. I'm actually shocked at how much that amped up the coverage. I don't know how that technology worked out, but it did. I wouldn't say it's got a matte finish, but I also feel like this foundation takes a minute to kind of, you know, settle down and everything, so we'll have to see in time. But as of right now, hey, I'm excited. So you can see I have a ton of leftover foundation from that side. Now I'm gonna go ahead and mix in some of my Bare Minerals. I'm gonna try and use the same amount of powder. There. I think that's about the same amount. So I wiped off my spatula. I'm just gonna mix this in on this side. That's so crazy, it really does. I mean, it's really not crazy that it turns it into a cream, but I guess it's just crazy because I haven't ever done it before. So it's new to me. Hence, crazy. New things are crazy. Just kidding. Felt like way too much, but let's see. So call me crazy, but I feel like the Urban Decay side, my foundation looks darker. Yeah? I mean, not like terribly, but a little bit. But otherwise, I mean, I think the finish and everything is exactly the same. You can see neither side is really more matte than the other. And I was able to get a nice full type of a coverage and everything. I mean, I'm excited, something new. So I'm gonna go ahead, I've got a clean powder brush here. I'm gonna dip this, I dumped some of the velvetizer into the lid, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and set things with this, since it said you can use it as a setting powder as well. And then I'm gonna use a different brush with my Bare Minerals and do the same thing on the other side. And ta-da! There we go! Both sides are set. I will say I'm not completely in love with the way that this is making my foundation look. I feel like it made it look oddly, I mean not oddly because you mixed a powder in, but I feel like you can like see the powderiness more like in my pores and whatnot. Like especially on my nose. And I would say it's a pretty equal amount of powdery, settly-inness on both sides. You can definitely see there's like a line kind of between the products. Can you see that? Is it just me? But we'll see. Here's how my skin looks for now. And yeah, we'll see how things go throughout the day. Before all that, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup here. It is currently 1:45 in the afternoon, and then I will be back in just a second here on YouTube Land to check in with you guys. So, ready, ding! I have no idea what kind of a look this is today. It is so humid. It is definitely gonna storm outside, so like my hair, it's not even worth trying with it. It's just gonna be a sad white girl afro by the end of the night, so like, eh. Did I mention that I was doing the glitter flip today? I am. And then I also tested out the Sephora Pro palette, the cool one, for the first time just now, so I'm excited about that. My foundation though, I mean, it's fine. I feel like this is why I don't wear really like heavy matte type foundations. I just feel like it looks like I'm wearing foundation, you know? Which isn't a horrible thing, it's just not what I typically go for. It just looks kind of heavy on my skin, don't you think, on both sides? I don't know, maybe I'm being nervous and judgy over nothing, but I don't have high hopes for this staying even slightly matte. With the humidity outside, but we'll see. So it has been a couple hours since I put this on, so I guess this is kind of like my first check-in. It's a little after 3 o'clock right now. Like I said, I've been filming these other 2 videos, and then I'm trying to get laundry done right now, as you may or may not be able to tell by my bed being not quite as stacked with pillows and whatnot. I'm doing a bunch of laundry, I'm just doing a bunch of cleaning around the house here. I'm going over to my dad's to hang out with him and my brother, and we're gonna watch the season finale of Game of Thrones. I'll probably cry. And yeah, then I'm just coming home, hopefully getting some work done. I also am picking up my friend Katie at the airport. She just got back and needs a ride home, so I'm gonna go and give her a ride home, and then I'm gonna come home and then maybe get more work done and then maybe go to bed eventually. Yeah, I think that would be nice. I'm excited to see how this does throughout the day. Like I said, I don't have high hopes for it, but you know, maybe we'll see how it does. I'll be checking in with you guys periodically every few-ish hours to see how it's hanging in, and then I will see you all at the very end of the night. So I'll see you all then. Bye! The end of the night here. I just got back from picking up and dropping off my friend Katie from the airport. And I'm ready to go to bed. I'm tired. But today was a good day, as I'm sure you saw. Game of Thrones finale. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I need the next season, but I know I have to wait for a really long time, so I'm just gonna focus on the fact that it was a really good ending. You know, it was good to hang out with my dad and my brother. I got a ton of filming done earlier today. I got some work done this evening, and just overall it was a good, productive, people-filled day, I suppose. And this foundation mixer, Urban Decay Velvetizer. So, as I think you can see, my foundation looks good on both sides. But that's the thing, it looks good on both sides. I don't think that this velvetizer stuff is any different from any other type of finishing powder. So like, does it work? Did it make my foundation more full coverage and last really well on my face? Yeah, absolutely. But so did my Bare Minerals side. So I kind of get the feeling that this is going to be like any other finishing setting powder that you probably already have. So I really don't think it's worth going out and buying unless maybe you need a new translucent setting powder. But otherwise, I mean, it's a powder. I think both sides of my face feel just as soft. This really didn't give my foundation any sort of like a special feel to it, like that velvety, one-of-a-kind texture that it said it had. I do think my foundation has been looking better throughout the day, like as my oils come through and everything, but that's just because I personally don't like a super duper matte finish. But yeah, overall, like I said, I think this is just, it's another powder. So to put things into a numerical perspective for you guys, I have got my PAWS rating system here. P stands for performance, A is for application, W is for worth the price, and S is for shade range, which we're gonna get rid of since this is a translucent powder. It is supposed to work on everybody. So for performance, I mean, it did good. Like, I don't feel like I have any problems. Like, I feel like it didn't make anything slip slide off my face. It didn't make anything difficult to put on top of it, like, you know, contour or anything. And I think it did what it promised to do, you know? It gave my foundation more coverage, and it also gave it a matter look than it typically has. So I will give it a 5 out of 5 on performance. For application, I mean, it was fine. Like, I don't feel like I had any problems with it. Like, yeah, it's kind of tinkery and everything, the way you have to mix it in, but like that's just kind of a part of what it is, so I don't feel like I can dock it. It didn't make my foundation any streakier or harder to blend or anything, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it a 5 out of 5 for that. But for worth the price, like I said, absolutely not. Unless you do not have any powder left and you need a new powder, sure, like it did great. But there are tons of other powders out there, I'm sure, even from the drugstore. Like, I know a lot of people love that Coty Airspun, and I'm sure that'll work just the same. I can't say for sure, but I would assume so based on these results. So I'm gonna give it a 0 on worth the price, honestly. Just purely based on the fact that they're trying to market it as like this innovative thing, when in reality, it's just another powder. So overall that gets a 10 out of 15 or a 3.3 repeating. And I think that sums it up. I mean, it does what it claims, it really does. But as a product, it's nothing innovative. And I would only say go out and buy it if you're looking for a new translucent powder. It's not something that you need to add. Like, if you're like, oh, I would love to have that sort of a thing to mix into my foundation. If you already have a setting powder, try that first and see if that works for you, because this isn't something that needs to be added to your routine. I personally don't think. I feel like you probably already have the product in your collection. But if you do decide to buy it for the reasons that it should be used for, then I feel like you'll like it, you know? Like, it worked great. So hopefully that was able to sort things out for you guys. Like I said earlier, this has been a highly, highly, highly requested video. I've seen tons of people on YouTube test it out, hence it's a YouTube made me buy it. I'm glad I was finally able to bring this to you guys. I hope it was helpful and or enjoyable for you. If it was, please do go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more content from me in the future. You can become a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I would love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!